Hey guys, Holly here. I just want to tell you guys something incredible that happened on my trip over the weekend. I went to Tampa, Florida for the East Coast Builders School. It is the most incredible experience I think I've ever had. So uplifting, so powerful, so many amazing people. I'm going to share some more things with you guys this week as I make these, but this is something that really incredible that happened, and I just really want to share it. So some of you that are new to Chase and myself and our story, my son's name is Chase. He is 16 years old. 2011, he was diagnosed with Duchenne muscular dystrophy. If you don't know what that is, look it up, but feel free to ask me questions. We've been doing this journey almost, 12 years now. And so for us, it's something that we're just, it's part of our life now. And so I have lots of knowledge and things to share if you're interested in learning more. So at this East Coast Builders School, there's a guy who works for Primerica. Him and his wife and family are probably one of the most amazing families, humble and just God driven. Their business is driven by God and the choices that they make. So he had this event, and like an hour probably before everything started, he was doing like a 45-minute kind of session, like work meets Jesus, meets God, like how the Bible and work can connect, and kind of help guide you into the things that you're doing when you work every day, right? And so he's talking about him and his kids and a mission group had gone to Peru on a mission trip. And there was a man and a blind man who obviously they could tell he was blind and couldn't see. And they, prayed over him and he was cured, right? And I always never believed that stuff. I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm sure that really happened. But it's all perspective, right? So my sister's been asking me for years to go to church. And I'm like, I'm not going to church. I'm mad. Y'all, I've been mad for 12 years now. And I really think it's time to let this go. I have to let go and let God take over because it's just going to eat me alive if I don't, right? And so I'm having this, Assad is talking, and then he talks about a guy in a wheelchair who they could tell his legs didn't work, and they prayed over him, and this man now is cured, right? And I just sobbed and cried and cried and cried, and it was awful. But also like a release that really just needed to come out. So he says, anyone want to come up here? Who's going to change their life today? And so I went up there, right? Different people I've never met from the organization, some people on my team that I just met. But I just cried the entire time he's, saying this prayer. So at the end, still crying, someone from my team, shout out to Katrina. Thank you so much for being there and supportive. Much appreciated. I got to walk over to Assad. I listened to a couple of Assad's things before. He does a prayer call once a week. He also has a book, Faith Over Finances. In a workbook if you're interested. I just did that a couple months ago and it was phenomenal. And so, Katrina was able to speak for me, and then I was able to say, my son has a terminal illness. This is what he has. And I've just been angry at God for so long. I don't want to be angry anymore. I don't want to hold that space in my heart anymore. Because guess what, you guys? Really, I'm not mad at God. I've never been mad at God. Do you know who I'm mad at? The devil. I know who's winning every single day I let him? The devil. Every day when I get sad or mad or frustrated, it's the devil who's like, awesome, I got her exactly where I want her. But I don't want that anymore. I want God on my team, not the devil on my team. So we are ready to stand in a circle and pray for Chase. And I didn't know if I was going to cry, but it was the most powerful thing I've ever felt. Assad definitely changed my life this weekend. I'm definitely ready to let God take over my life. I look forward to sharing it with my husband and obviously Chase and those around me. I'm really excited to tell my sister. I want her just to be proud. But most of all, I'm ready. I don't want to be mad. I don't want to be angry at God anymore. I don't. I want to enjoy the life my son has, but I can't do that if I'm always angry about it. I just can't. So I was so excited to tell my trainer Josh about this. It made a huge impact on me. So Assad, if you're ever, seeing this or watching this, please know that you had the most impact on my life this weekend. The event was credible, but being able to hear you speak in person and to have you pray over my son, was just something that I'm never gonna forget. So I want to thank you for changing my life this weekend. I am ready to give my life to God and to have him take over. To help me just release the anger that I felt for so long. But also to build my business and to build a relationship with God that I know I'm worth having. So I hope you guys continue to watch. Lots of fun stuff this week about things I learned at East Coast Builder School and the things I've experienced. This was a heavy one and a heavy one way to start, but I will tell you that these are tears of sadness, but these are also just tears of joy. I don't know if I've ever experienced something like that just made me feel whole all over again. So it was an incredible experience. Just incredible. Talk to you guys soon. See you later.